Hello, happy Saturday. I thought about doing, I'm doing like an interesting type of craft project today, so I thought I would film that for you guys because if this works out, then this is gonna be a pretty good tutorial. So I thrifted this pair of trouser shorts and they were in an olive green color and they have a bleach stain on the back. So I got a fabric pen to try to get the color, or like the bleach stain out and to get them to be all the same color, but that did not work. So I have purchased some I purchased some fabric dye. And the fabric dye that I got is from Hobby Lobby, and I think it's gonna be pretty good, honestly, because so I got the color remover, the RIT color remover, and then I also got the RIT black dye. So I'm actually gonna dye them black because I really wanna do this recreating Pinterest outfits video, and I have been loving the way that trouser shorts look for the fall. So I thrifted this really nice pair, and I'll show you guys what they look like as we're doing it and everything. But I'm gonna try to dye them all black so that way they look really nice and all that good stuff. And then we also got some acrylic markers from Hobby Lobby. I'll be trying these out eventually. I don't know if I'm gonna do these today, but I do have some other stuff that I'd like to paint. So I'm going to do, also, I've been on my like air clay stuff and I crafted this really cute pumpkin. I want to paint it as well, so it's just gonna be a lot of crafting stuff today. It's like super gloomy outside, it's been storming all day. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some crafts and I'll probably just watch some football because the Alabama game starts at 6:45 or 6:30, and then the Auburn game starts at 6:45 or 6:30. Either one of those is the same. They start at the same time, so Nathan wants to watch the Auburn game, I want to watch the Alabama game, so I'm gonna like alternate between the two because I like to see everything. But I feel like the majority of things that kind of shy people away from like dyeing their own clothing is that you need a big pot and like because you have to do it on the stove for like 30 minutes. So I got this stainless steel pot. It's not huge, but it's big enough to do what I need to do with it, and it was only $10 from Walmart, so that's good. And I think that it's gonna look really good. But yeah, so first I've got to remove the color. So I think in order to remove the color from the directions say removes or reduces existing fabric color prior to dyeing when trying to change the color of fabric from one color to another. You put it in the washing machine. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I clean my washing machine right after, so that way I do not have to worry about that. But I'm pretty sure that you just, it's like a big packet actually. I hope this is enough. It says 2 packages for small loads, but if I'm just doing one thing, maybe 1 package is enough? I hope so. Anyway, we're gonna do this 1 package in the washing machine and get the color out of it, so hopefully it will work perfectly. Cotton, linen, wool, rayon. Let me make sure this is not polyester. So these are the actual trouser shorts. They're 63% polyester, so I don't know. I could just bleach these two, I guess, but anyway, this is what they look like. They were literally so cute. They are this beautiful olive green color. They're like brand new. They come with this belt as well, but the bleach stain is on the back. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it is like right here. So it's really unfortunate that they are stained like that, but I was like, well, I could totally I watched some videos and that's pretty much what people do. Instead of throwing them out, they bleach them, or not bleach, but you can either bleach them entirely or use color remover and then dye them with this. So this one actually works really well for even polyester, so that's good. Let me make sure. Shit. It actually says it's not recommended for synthetic fibers. Fibers containing more, or fabric containing more than 65% or 35% polyester. Mine has 65%. Okay, it says do not use bleach to remove color. So, shake well before using, wear rubber gloves, add hot water to a plastic bucket, stainless steel sink or stainless steel pot. Ideally, water temperature should be 140 degrees or greater. Add 1 teaspoon of liquid dish detergent for best results. Add 1 cup of salt to dye bath for cotton, rayon, or linen. Add 1 cup of vinegar to dye bath for nylon, silk, or wool. What else is it? Polyester and rayon. It's a lot of rayon, whatever the hell that is. 1 cup of salt to dye bath for cotton, rayon, or linen. Okay, so we're gonna add salt, a lot of salt. Hopefully I have enough salt. I have like kosher salt. Hopefully it works. We're just gonna wing it, okay? Let's hope that it all turns out good and that it does not bleed afterwards. I'll have to make sure that I wash these by themselves for like quite a period of time, so that way I don't have to worry about the fabric bleeding. But we're gonna go ahead and throw these in the washer with this packet and try to get out some of all of the color, not some. All right though, let's go ahead and do this now. We're just winging it. All right, we're throwing this in here now. I hope this is the way that you put this in here. That 1 packet should be enough for just that 1 piece of clothing, so we'll see. Okay, it's in the washer now, and we just gotta wait for it to get done washing. And then I don't need to dry it since we're literally just gonna dye it like right afterwards. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see what other crafts we can get into right now. No, I don't know if I ever showed you guys our new table that we got off of Facebook Marketplace, but this is our new table. It actually has an extender as well. It can seat up to the 10 people. We got it off of Facebook Marketplace for like $450, and it's like practically brand new. I know it has so much stuff on it right now, but yeah, these are the chairs that it came with as well. It came with 6 chairs. So the other one is just kind of chilling. The other one's just kind of chilling over there. That's also right next to it, that's leaned up against the wall, is the extra piece that goes in the middle. But it's literally so gorgeous, and there is like no spots on it for real. It's practically brand new. Like, it looks really, really good. And it's gonna look really nice in our new house. So super excited. We don't have too much longer until we move into our new house, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the crafts. I'll show you guys what I did the last time that I did air clay, so that way I can show you what we're painting today. But yeah. Okay, so this is what we crafted before. The only thing is I've got to go back and fill in this cracks at the bottom. So we might not actually be painting this today because we're definitely gonna need to fill in all these cracks before we paint it. But this is just the bottom part that cracked. But that's typically totally normal, especially with clay. So we're just gonna take some slip, and if you're not aware of what slip is, it is literally just clay mixed with water, and that is kind of how you get your pieces and stuff to adhere when you're working on them. But I do think that we could do something about that, so I probably will just take the bottom part of the clay. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the clay, like this much, and just kinda press it into the bottom a little bit, move it around, and probably just have to leave it to dry without it being anything. I do have tools and stuff that I use for this, but I have really just got into this, so I'm not like really good at it. Let me move you to a different angle so you can see. But this is what we're doing. So I'm just kind of covering up the cracks, and then I'll have to go back through and kind of carve out those lines a little bit again. But after you do that, and it has to dry for like 2 days. Looks really good though. Aw shit, I just broke the top. Well, I guess I'm gonna show you how to fix that as well, which is why I was like not exactly sure how I wanted to do the top part because I was afraid that was gonna happen. Okay, we'll just fix the top too while we're doing this. Hopefully that won't be as difficult. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some slip because I think if we get some slip for the top, it might go back on kind of easy if I can get a little piece here. I'm just gonna stick that there. Might need just a little bit more to go around the top. I was really supposed to fill in these cracks like a long time ago, but because I made this like forever ago, but I never did fill in these cracks, so that is on me. Actually, I think that's gonna be better. It's a little bit more of a transition too. The slip is also really good at making nice transitions from like one part to the next, so I'm definitely not an expert by any means, clearly, like looking at what I've done. This is like one of the very first things I've made, so I definitely have a lot of learning to do, but I do think The air clay is super easy to get into. You can do it with your kids if you have kids. And if you don't, you could just do it for fun like I do. So I want to make this transition like really, really smooth. So that way I don't have to recarve all these freaking lines out. I went to Walmart today to look for a pumpkin because I wanted to do the spooky pumpkins that everybody else does, those carvable ones. But the big ones at Walmart were like $18, and I thought that that was insane because they usually, I didn't think that they were that expensive, but definitely not paying that much to just might mess it up, you know? But I think I should have checked Hobby Lobby because I bet they had some that were cheaper, which would be crazy, but possible. So for these, I've just kind of like gone in and taken the slip and I'm like recreating those little divots that I have. And when I paint this, it's gonna look really cute. This is really gonna be like a table type thing. I was trying to make a small one before I did a really big one, so that way I could see how it was gonna turn out, but I think that it should be cute. I just hope, yeah, that's good. I can actually set it like that to let it dry. So I'm gonna stick this in the box where the other stuff that I've done is at and just kind of like let it dry for the next couple of days, and then I guess next weekend I'll probably paint it, but it's cute though. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys all the things that I've crafted, but every time I go to my friend's house, we usually have a craft night. Well, I'll show you the ones that I did at her house, but at her house I did this one. This is just a Zentangle pattern on a really small canvas. And then this acrylic type paint set. I did this picture. I think this one turned out really cute. And then I also painted this vase. This one is really, really cute. I cannot wait to put a little faux plant in here or whatever I'm gonna do with it. I'm not really sure yet. I loved this metallic color, so I think it's gonna look really nice with the house and everything. And then I also crafted this one. This one was so cute. This is another reason I wanted those acrylic paint markers, because I thought like I could make more stuff like this and it would just be so cute. And then this, I remember telling you guys I did do this one. So I actually had to sand this one down. I think I showed it to you when I first got it. It was a lot different. So I actually had to sand this one down and I painted it. And then I sprayed it with a sealant, but this one turned out so pretty. So love this one. And I actually bought this one for $5. So I'm actually gonna leave this one this color, but it's all gonna go in the same theme. This was also a part of that, came with the theme, but anyway. So today, oh, that reminds me, I don't think I've ever showed you guys this other picture that I did. So one of our first craft nights that we had, we actually did spooky thrifted paintings, and my God, mine turned out so freaking cute. So did my friends, they were so pretty. This is literally like the cutest painting I think I've ever done. It's pretty much where, you guys have probably seen it on TikTok or something, but you thrift a painting and then the painting, after you thrift it, you paint over it and turn it into a spooky painting. So this is the one that I did. I think I should fix the tree line, but other than that, I think everything else looks really good. But that is how it turned out. It's gorgeous. I put that ghost there, that pumpkin, this black cat, and then also the bats, and then the tree line, I did that. I do want to fix this because this looks a little unusual and kind of like round it out a little bit. I just haven't done it yet, but it's gorgeous. It's literally so pretty to put up for fall too. And I just love it. I'm in love with it, obsessed. But I do think that it looks really good, so yeah. But the canvases that I got is what I want to show you guys. So I got these canvases in like a pack of, I don't even know how many comes in a pack, but so many come in a pack, and it was like really relatively cheap. So let's see, we've got, it's an 8x10 and it comes with, it comes with like 10. I think I paid like 10 bucks for this. It was not bad at all. So we are gonna do a little moody, like very moody type of painting is what I wanna do. I've been watching this girl on Facebook Reels, and she does these really pretty paintings, and I would just love to have a really pretty painting. So, at least for my office or whatever. These smell weird. They smell like pine. That's so weird. Anyway, we're gonna open these paint markers. I need something to test these on before I actually start painting, but oh, they're gonna be pretty. I want to do like a very moody, very pretty paint. Okay, let me just see what I'm doing. So this is just scratch, but I do want to check these and see what the colors look like, because I need to go back and find that video again so I can figure out exactly what I want to paint. I'm not a very good well, I don't know. I wouldn't say, I'm not a very good create your own type of art, except for that spooky painting I did. I feel like I did a good job with that, but I feel like I do well with guidelines, on what to add to things, what to create. So I usually just copy other artists, which is good because I'm not an artist by any means. So, you know, we are gonna check into these and see what they look like, if I can get them open. Any day now. I wonder if I could use these to paint my air clay. I do have acrylic paint, actual paints, but I am interested to see. Okay, so here's a brown. I don't know if you have to shake these. Oh yeah, they come out like paint, actual paint. Nice. I wonder how you make different colors though. If they're actually, black is black, of course. I don't know, we may have to alternate with this and then also real paint, but this is what they look like, the brown and then the black. So we're going for a dark, moody type of painting with some browns and stuff, and I want to do a forest type thing, so let's just see what we can get into. Okay, so this is the type of vibe that we're going for. You're gonna see a glare, sorry. But this is the type of vibe I'm trying to go for. But she actually did this with a fan brush, so I am not gonna be able to do this with these acrylic markers. I might use the acrylic markers for more fine lines, to do the little house on the end if I do the house, but I don't know if I could do that. That might be a little out of my depth, to be honest with you, because I'm not that great. I feel like I'm pretty artistic, but not so much so to where I could make it look as good as she does. So, for sure, definitely gonna be something I'm gonna be doing by myself. But hers is really, really cute. Let's be real. I don't know though. I'm gonna test the fan trees on this sheet of paper first before I actually go in and paint these myself, because I've got to make sure that I even have the right brushes for this. So I'm gonna go check and see what we got. I'll be right back. And then I'll probably just time-lapse me painting it, because that's gonna be way too long. But yeah, I will time-lapse me painting it and show you throughout the process what everything looks like. But yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so nobody told me how hard it was to paint pine trees. I literally was looking at her video and I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. This is gonna be so easy. Literally, painting freaking pine trees is so, it's not hard, but it's it definitely takes a ton more thought and precision, way more than I thought. So if I was just trying to do a mountain range, this style would be kind of cool. But the pine tree, this is the one that I did that I think looks the best out of all of them, and now I kind of know exactly kind of how to do it, but what I feel looks weird about it is the background. So obviously I'm doing this as a test before I actually start painting on the canvas, because I don't want to mess up the canvas, but I do think this one looks the best out of all of them, but I'd have to go back in and add a little bit more shadow to it to make it look a little bit more natural. But yeah, I don't know. I don't love it either though, so I'm trying to perfect it before I actually do the canvas part, because I don't want it to be messy, or I don't want to mess it up, because it's, it's a canvas, obviously. It costs money and all that good stuff, so I don't know. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to do it, because I want to do a moody painting where the back of it is very, or not the back, the whole painting is a moody painting, so it's black, grays, dark browns, things like that. So I don't know. I do feel canvases are a lot easier to fix if you mess them up. You just paint over it. So I think I might do the whole back of the canvas in a moody gray, yeah, a moody gray maybe, or maybe even brown, dark chocolate brown if I have one. I think that would be really pretty. Yeah, and do the freaking trees in black. Oh my God, that's gonna be so pretty. Let's hope I don't mess this up. Okay, this is what I have so far. We're about to do the tree line, and that is a part I'm pretty nervous about, but yeah, we're about to do that. I'm gonna need to lighten up the sky a little bit more because I feel like it's a little bit too dark because the trees are gonna be that really dark black color. Well, I don't know, we'll see. But the clouds also need a little bit more work, and then I've got to do some green around the road so that way it looks more natural, but I do think it's coming along pretty well though, so I'll catch up with you guys once I get the trees done, or at least the lines and everything done. I'm thinking about using the acrylic paint marker for the actual tree lines because they'll make them way straighter, but yeah, I actually probably should test that out first, but I do think that this would be really good for that, and then I can go back in with the white too to fix the clouds, but yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna do that because I do want some trees to be in the sky. You know what I mean? Like the actual like tree line part, those kind of need to be up there. So I'll have to go back and redo some more clouds around that, I think. But I do think it's coming along pretty nicely. So we're gonna keep going. Alright guys, so I just finished it, and I might add some more to it tomorrow. Oh my god, I feel like it looks so much better on camera than it does in person, but I actually am pretty happy with how it turned out. It took a long time. The trees were hard to get right, so I may end up adding, especially on camera, I feel like I need to add some more black like right over here, but it definitely looks really cool, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Alright, I'm gonna stop messing with it now until tomorrow, but I think it looks really, really good. I did add a little bit more to the clouds, but I feel like there's a glare on the camera, so maybe I'll hold it up. It looks so cool, actually, so surprising. But yeah, I am cooking dinner now. We are about to have some roast for dinner, so... Oh, the shorts. So... the shorts, I had to bleach them twice. The dye, or the color remover I got, did not work very well. Some of it is still very splotchy, so I think I might do another round of bleach. And then after the next round of bleach, then I'm gonna try to dye them black because I don't want them to be really spotty, so I am gonna probably try to bleach them again, but I don't know if we're gonna bleach them again today, so yeah. I mean, it's possible that I could still, it's just there's weird, like, spots all over them with, like, green, so I definitely want to make sure they're all a solid color, so we're gonna try to get them to all be a solid color. We may end up doing it tomorrow, but I'll definitely show you guys when I do it. But yeah, so happy with how that painting turned out, so cool. That was probably the hardest thing I've ever painted thus far. I've painted a lot of things, but that one was definitely hard. So yeah, I am cooking a roast for dinner though. You guys have seen me make this so many times probably, but it's just roast with carrots, celery, and radishes. It's so good, honestly. I'm gonna serve it over some mashed potatoes. Gonna be really, really good. Just cooking the mashed potatoes now, but yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like when everything's done. Alright guys, and this is a dinner, just some roast over a bed of mashed potatoes. It looks so good. mouth literally watering. But yes, this is dinner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and watch dinner and then watch dinner. Jesus. I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner and watch football, and I will catch up with you guys later. Alright, it's much later now, and I am just gonna finish the night off with some watermelon, but I did want to show you guys I added I fixed the moon on my picture, and I think this is probably the coolest thing I've ever painted, ever. Like, it looks so good. I feel like it definitely gives me Twilight vibes. I don't know about you guys, but it looks really, really good. I might do a couple of touch-ups tomorrow around the moon, so that way it doesn't look so... Like, I feel like the line... Well, I don't know if the lines really need to be that fine anyway, because it's not really a fine line painting, if that makes sense, but I think it just looks so good. I'm so surprised. Anyway, yeah, so we're just gonna chill for the rest of the night, but I will catch up with you guys in the morning, and then we'll do our meal prep tomorrow as usual. But yeah. See you tomorrow. So, good morning. It's Sunday today, and it's about 10:22. I didn't really film anything this morning, but I didn't wake up until 8 anyway, so. But, I am re-bleaching the shorts again right now, just to see maybe if I can get them all one even color, but so far, like, bleaching them, I have not had a lot of luck, and I think it's because they're more polyester, so I'm kind of hoping that whenever I dye them, they don't turn out crazy. But I think maybe if I could dye them like multiple times, they might end up the same color. But anyway, this is the stew meat. I'm waiting for it to thaw out some more before I put this in a crock pot for the meal prep this week, so I probably just need to swap these. Okay, everything's thawed out now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the crock pot and get this going. Now, we're gonna... Most of this is thawed out, but some of it's still kind of frozen, but it'll all thaw out eventually, so we're gonna stick it all in there and hope for the best. Alright, turns out that I need brown sugar, so I am about to head to Publix right now just to go grab some brown sugar really quick. This should be the only thing that I need for this recipe, so I'm just gonna go get that, and then I'll be right back, and we can get this meal prep going. But yes, Nathan took my car to go get lunch with his friend, so I'm gonna take his car. So I will see you guys when I get back. We're back from Publix, got our brown sugar. I just got light brown sugar. Usually, honestly, I don't really feel like it makes a difference which one you use. If you use dark or light, to me, it doesn't really taste any different. I feel like the darker brown sugar kind of tastes a little bit more like molasses, if that makes sense. But anyway, the recipe calls for brown sugar, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in a bunch of brown sugar because I'm cooking a lot more than, like, obviously what the recipe is for. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in quite a bit of brown sugar. That's probably like a cup and a half, so maybe like 2 cups. And then we're gonna add in soy sauce. I'm just gonna use all of this because this is a lot for this recipe. So use all the soy sauce, and then what else is in this recipe? So soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, rice vinegar, ginger, gochujang sauce, and onion powder, pepper. Okay, onion powder, pepper. Yeah. All right. Let's just add this in here. Onion powder. Don't need salt because of the soy sauce, so. And I'm gonna do minced garlic, so. I'm just gonna use the rest of the ginger. I have this minced ginger that I've had for a while, so I'm just gonna probably put all of this in there. There's really not a ton in this, so I'm gonna get a bigger one out. Or I'm gonna get a new one. I have a new one. So 5 cloves, so that's 1, 2, 3. That's probably way more than 5 cloves, but you can never have too much garlic, let's be real. So, I'm just gonna stir this. Add the gochujang sauce and then also the beef broth. But
should be easier to move that stuff around now too, so I think I'm gonna, okay, go get the gochujang sauce. Alright, and it also calls for rice vinegar, so that should be plenty. Don't want to put too much of that in there because that really makes a big difference. And then the gochujang sauce, I actually bought this one from Walmart. This is just the Better Goods brand. It's looks like this. And I use it for another recipe, so it works really good. And it should be all mixed up now. I just gotta add the beef broth, which I'm gonna add quite a bit of beef broth because I might need more of the sauce, truthfully, because I just feel like there's not gonna be, everything's not gonna be all covered, unfortunately, so. Because some of it's still frozen, so. Ideally, you'd want the meat to be completely thawed out, but this isn't one of those days, apparently, so. I have this Great Value beef broth, so I'm just gonna use this one, and it should be fine. So I'm gonna pour all of this in here, and then I'm gonna pour it over our meat, and then at the end, it says that you can add cornstarch to make the sauce thicker, so I'll probably just do that. All right. Oh, it does cover it. Sweet, 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 sweet. That works out perfectly. This is gonna be the meal prep for the week, and I'm gonna get this baby going. This is a really easy meal prep, by the way, because this goes in the crock pot like this. It cooks, and then after it's done, the only thing I do is cook rice and then add frozen broccoli to the meal prep containers. Like, you don't cook the broccoli because if you leave it frozen, it won't get mushy, and then it'll be fresh like when you warm it up. So yeah, it's super easy to put frozen broccoli in these containers too, so it works out. It just takes up a little bit of space, but truthfully, it's not really that bad. So this is like one of our favorite meal preps, but because this time, this one ended up costing us a lot of money. The costs of meat and like food in general has gone up significantly. So this is like a $60 dinner right here. $60 for the week. $60 just for the meat though. So like, take that into mind. Like, it's rough. We won't be making this one for a while. I can already tell because I'm not doing that again. It's a really good meal prep though, and it tastes amazing. It's just, that's a lot of money to be putting out for one dinner when I'm budgeting, you know? So anyway, should be fine though. Anyway, I went to the store and they had this zero sugar orange cream soda, Coke Zero, and I was like, oh my god, I have to try it because I love Coke Zero, but I've been trying to stop drinking these as much because they're worse for your teeth than like Diet Coke, so I've been buying Diet Coke instead. So anyway, I'm sure this video is getting really long, but I'm gonna try it. I'll let you guys know. It smells like orange vanilla. Oh god, that is really good. Like, I don't even like vanilla Coke, but it tastes like orange vanilla Coke Zero. Like, it's really freaking good. Oh my god. If you see these in the store, they slap. God, that is so good. Okay, so our shorts have been sitting in this little bleach bath for a while now. I'm about to go change my shirt because I do not want to get anything on this shirt. It's not really, I don't wear this one very often anyway, but I've had it for a while and don't want bleach stains on it because this is not a gray that you can re-dye to, you know, change. But all right, we're gonna change and then we're gonna start the bleach stuff, or start the dye to see if we can finally dye these shorts. We're in clothes that I do not normally, or that I don't ever really wear. That doesn't matter if they get things on them, so they still look splotchy, so I'm not really sure exactly if there's a way to get all of the bleach out of these or not, so. Alright, I mean not bleach, but get all the freaking stuff out of these. So I guess I'm gonna throw these, I guess I'm gonna throw these in the washer because they have bleach on them still, so I guess I'll put them in the washer, and then after that, then maybe we'll be able to find out. But I'm gonna put them on a quick wash just to get bleach out of them for now, and then that way, whenever we dye them, there's no like lingering bleach in there because I don't want that. So BRB. Okay, so I bleached the shorts again, but they're still very splotchy, so I'm just gonna hope that this works out for the best because I am tired of bleaching these, honestly, and I don't think they'll ever be as soft as they once were because of me bleaching them. They're very splotchy, as you can see, so I'm really hoping that the black dye will cover them so adequately that they will just be one color, but it may take me dyeing them a couple of times to do that because even the little belt around them is very, of course I may not ever even wear this belt, but very splotchy as well. And yeah, I don't know. I've done everything I can think of to do. Like I did the color remover, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try and put them in the dye now. So fingers crossed, let's hope for the best. So I've got this really big pot that has water in it. The water in the pot needs to be at least 140 degrees. So I'm trying to heat it up a little. Right now it's like 111, so not that hot yet, but maybe if I turn it up a little, eventually it will get warmer. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the bleach, I'm gonna go ahead and put the dye in there. Also, you have to put in, it says a cup of salt, so hopefully this is okay because this is kosher salt and not iodine salt. So I don't know if that's the reason why or not, actually. This one doesn't have iodine either. I don't know. And neither does that one. Great. Let's hope for the best, okay? Because I don't have any salt that has iodine in it. And the kosher salt is the only one I've got, and I don't even have enough to put a cup in here. It calls for a cup. I don't have a cup, so we're just gonna do what we got. So I'm gonna put that in there, and then hope for the best. So it says to add 1 teaspoon of liquid dish detergent. This is gonna be more than a teaspoon, a little, but just that much, and stirring up the water before I put in the dye. And as soon as it gets up to 140, we'll go ahead and put in the dye. It says to use half a bottle, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in half of the bottle after it gets hot enough, because it says ideally water temperature should be 140 or greater, so maybe I'll turn it up some. It's funny because it says do not use bleach to remove color, but that's what I did. Oops. But I didn't have a choice because the color remover did not work, so we will see what we got. Okay, so it says to add about half of the bottle, so that's what we're gonna add. So go ahead and pour in. Okay, so I got the black dye in there. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. And the water should be hot enough now. So I'm gonna put in the clothing and just kind of let it chill in there for 30 minutes. It says that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the little belt and hope. Oh wow, it's kind of cool the way that it's like looking. Let me like show you guys, or maybe it's just because it's wet, but it's like almost like immediately working, almost. It's crazy. Oh wait, it's totally the water, right? It's got to be the water. Okay, so that's just the sash. We're gonna stick that in there for a little bit, or the little belt, and then now shorts is really the important thing. So these, it says that they need to be freely moving around, but I did not have a pot big enough, so I'm just gonna have to stir these a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and push these down in here so that they are completely saturated, and make sure that I am consistently making sure they're covered completely, move around, all that stuff. So I'm probably gonna get some tongs because it might be a little easier to do this with tongs, but yeah, hold on. Okay, it says to put them in there for either 30 minutes or an hour until desired color is reached. So I'm gonna try to do longer because I think that hopefully, because I've got dye in here, that if I do it for the entire hour, that maybe it'll all come out to be the color that I want it to be. So that's what I'm gonna hope for. And then if it does come out uneven a little bit, then I can just dye them again. And then the second go around, I feel like they should be evenly, consistently the same color. So we'll see how this works. But for now, I'm just kind of like moving stuff around in here because I want everything to be the same color and hoping that I can get all of the creases and everything. You know what I mean? Because it's not freely moving around, so I'm a little worried about it having like not the entire thing getting the color that it needs to get. So I really got to put some rubber gloves on, but I'm gonna go probably put those on right now. But I will show you guys the finished result after I have completely finished dyeing them and see how they turn out. Sorry, I feel like the angle was a little messed up on this, but yeah. So I'll let you guys know how they turn out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes well. Okay, so it's been an hour and I've been stirring every hour, so I'm about to rinse these, and gosh, hope for the best, guys, because this has been a process that I probably won't do again, but I'm really hoping that this works out. Okay, I've rinsed them. The water is pretty much clear, and I am about to, it says to wash them in the washing machine with a mild detergent. So I have a mild HE friendly detergent, so I'm going to use it. And then after they're dry, I'll show you guys how they turned out, if they turned out okay or not, and we'll find out. Alright guys, moment of truth. This is how they turned out. I'm just holding them up to the light. They almost look more of like a charcoal. But then, like, I don't know, when I look at them a certain way, sometimes I feel like they're still olive green. At least, like, this part didn't get dyed, so that was the color they were originally. But they look really good, I will say that. They definitely don't look black though. But they turned out really good. I recommend dyeing your clothes if you end up with a bleach stain. They turned out really good, so yeah. Alright guys, so we did go for a walk earlier and we are back now, but I am just about to finish up the meal prep and eat dinner. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!